Hi Stamping friends, it's Marilyn here with Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you on this Tuesday, March 2nd from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. If you haven't joined me before, I would like to welcome you. I am trying something a little different today with posting my Facebook Live on my business page and going to try to share it to my VIP page while it's being posted, happening, so just bear with me while I try that in a couple minutes. I wanted to let you know that we've got through Sale-A-Bration with flying colors. There was awesome sets. I do have some that I will be giving away as blog candy eventually in the near future. Haven't quite got all the details of that outlined yet, but I will. So some of the stamp sets that were available there if you didn't get them, so stay tuned, maybe you can earn them. I've also got a flyer and the actual stamp set and papers to share with you for the Butterfly Bouquet. If you're on any of the Stampin' Up sites, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, no other Facebook demonstrators that do share those things, you've probably seen some samples. It is an amazing set. I haven't just started to play with it, so I don't have samples to show you, but I will be doing a class for that, and I will be sharing samples throughout the month because it is a feature that the stamp set and dies are carrying over into the new annual catalog, but the paper does not. And once you see how the paper all goes together with it, you'll probably want that too. So let me switch you down to my desk and I will show you some items, and then we'll get into making a card with baby wipes and ink refill. So that's the back of my crafting space here, and if I can, looks to me like everything is square in the camera there. So just while you're waiting, I would like to ask you what the weather's like in your part of the country, because here in Spruce Grove, it's been quite nice today, and looking forward to eventually getting outside and do some walking and whatever, which we haven't been able to do for quite some time now because of the ice and the snow. So let's get started. We still have our mini catalog, which is running till the end of June. Our annual catalog, which is the stamps that I'm going to use today in the card we're making. I have a new host code. If you are purchasing from my website, your order is under $200. I'd really appreciate you using that. And if it's over $200, you get the rewards. So show you that. Then we go on to the Butterfly Bouquet. I want to call it bundle, just bundle, but it is called the Butterfly Bouquet. So hi Karen, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And as I said, it starts today, March 2nd, goes to May 3rd. Then you will not be able to get the papers, and the papers are only available while supplies last. So that's always an iffy thing. So just try and hold it so you can see what's in there. There is a Butterfly Brilliance Cling Stamp Set. Hello, Alexis from Cranbrook. Welcome. And we have brilliant wing dies, one big die and a bunch of little ones. We have paper that is to die for. Wait till you see what that is. Then we have some natural birch color paper, which is almost like a real thin veneer wood. And if you like it all, like I did, you can end up buying the bundle for $97. This is Canadian. So be aware the bundle here of stamp and dies is the 10% off, and that will be in the new catalog, but again, the papers will not. So I'll just quickly show you those. Like I said, I do not have samples made, and I'll show you something as to why in a minute. This is the stamp. Just make sure that you are able to see it. So one big stamp in the case, and just a word of note, demonstrator friend of mine suggested as well, keep the little pieces that you take out of here, because you can use them to make a background. Looks like a Holstein cow maybe, maybe a giraffe. You know, who knows? Lots of different ideas there. So that is your stamp, and I have heard of some demonstrators, because we were able to order this in February, taking and cutting this apart so they've got individual stamps, but I'm not going to, mainly because when I show you the dies, trying carefully not to wreck what I've got there. The dies, when you get them, are lots and lots. You have some embellished little designs, some littler butterflies. Then you have the bigger lacy butterflies, I'm going to call them. And last but certainly not least, you have one big die that does the whole stamp. And not only does it do the whole stamp when you when you stamp it and cut it out, and this is my sample one I did, because I like to do that with my dies when I start, and can possibly see using that for a masking to do coloring through with the brushes, which is what we are going to be using later. So just a further look at the dies. This is what you get when you cut them out. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And they, if you notice, I have them laid out the same way here. So this filigree one goes over this goes over this, like there's one for each of them. And I meant to have it here, but I don't. I did read today how Stampin' Up chose the colors that they have for these. They're for each different country. So I will find that and I will share it attached with this post. So this is the paper you get, and your die fits perfectly over it. Hey Margot, good to see you. Sorry I'm not commenting to everyone. It's just the odd time when I look at the camera that I can see names. So I will get back and chat with all of you afterwards. So isn't that neat? So what I did on that is I did cut that out, and you get, can't do it one-handed, each butterfly cut out. You have this where you could trim these fussy cut and use along the edge of cards, or you could use the back side of it for trim. So no wastage there. Butterflies, like I say, the colors do signify certain types of butterflies, and I can't remember all of them offhand, obviously. When you get the paper, it's 6 by 6. There are 48 sheets, which means there are 8 sheets of each design. And that one, which I did show you. This one with butterflies on the back. I'm not going to dwell a lot on this paper. It is kind of an ombre there. There is more ombre on the back side there. More butterflies, of course, with, whoa, calypso coral background there, falling all over. More, and we discovered yesterday that someone was demoing. This little butterfly in this punch does fit over that one. So you have more in your craft room probably already if you have that punch. The back side of that, so you can see all the spring-like colors that we're getting. Aren't they just amazing? So there will be more coming on that. And like I say, I will have a class. If you purchase the bundle from me, you will get the free PDF and video on making some cards. And this is the wood grain paper. Let's see again if I can somehow get it. You can see how paper thin. It's, you know, I would guess it's close to our vellum thickness. Really thin. And I did just see a post where someone used the butterfly, the filigree kind of dies to cut out that paper. So lots of possibilities there. Okay, on to the next things I have. I do have a couple classes on my website available if you purchase the bundle of the sweet strawberry, and I understand, unfortunately, it is back ordered right now because of the punch, but This bundle will be carried over in the new catalog, so this will carry on for a while. I have, if you purchase the bundle from me, you can get the PDF and the video, and it is for these 4 cards. And if you would rather not purchase the bundle, or if you already have it, the PDF and video is for sale on my website for $15. Also for sale there is this class, which is the Pretty Perennials bundle. And this one, same idea, free tutorial or video when you purchase the bundle, or you can purchase just the tutorial for $15. And this is the bundle I'm talking of. It's called Pretty Perennials, and these are the cards that are included in that promotion from me. So those are all my things. Now, I do have at the end of this video, I will have some sample cards that I've received recently from a swap to share with you. And before I get started, I want to share what I thought I was going to make today, and it didn't work, with the ink refills and baby wipes. So in my mind, I should have been able to take these baby wipes, put them in my case, put a few ink drops, and stamp my big butterfly stamp. I thought, oh, this will be great. The butterflies will be all different colors, modeled and pretty and whatever. And so I did put some of my ink, and I stamped it, and this is what I got. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. Tried it again. This is what I got. I thought, okay, this is not working. Did try a smaller one. It did work a little better. So for today, I have learned, and I just wanted to share that with you because I don't want people thinking that I do everything right the first time. Well, not right, but perfect, because it all takes trial and error. So I did leave this overnight, and it is still wet. I was going to try, just didn't know where my stamp is, and see if I could still use it. So I will ink it. This is where I finally ended up putting the ink the right way, so it should work. And this is all new, so yes, but no. It's not quite, as you can see, not quite as dark as you would like it. And so not an ideal thing to leave it overnight or whatever. So for today, I'm going to garbage that. Great use again of our DVD kind of cases, stamp cases that we can buy. So I'm going to clean my stamp now because I'm using different colors for today's card. And yes, my Stampin' Chamois is very well used and discolored, but it still works. So for this project, I started with, and again, I had this package of wet wipes that had been opened before and just sealed this way. Not wet enough. I do have another package which I opened yesterday, and that's what I'm going to use. So need to take a couple, I'm thinking probably at least 2 thicknesses, and I just laid them like this, side by side. After I figured out that I couldn't use a big stamp and whatever, don't need it really all over the case, but I'm going to just do that with it. And of course, as you can see, these are kind of a no-name wet wipe, so not sure if it makes a difference what kind. I would think probably you do not want your scented. I think there's probably scented wet wipes, and I wouldn't think you'd want them. But before I start with it, I'll show you my finished project. This is the card that I made to share with you. I did some blending with our new blending brushes, I'll show you how I did that. And stamping on the Stamp-A-Magic. And just a couple extra little butterflies. So I think it's quite pretty. Picking one of the refill colors that I used. But this one, I want to use the blues. So I am going to use Misty Moonlight, Bermuda Bay, and Mint Macaron, blues and greens. And what I discovered through my trial and error scenario is you want to put your ink like an ink pad. So you can see how if I wanted to use that huge stamp, I would need lots and lots of ink. And I do recommend, and I always buy, when I buy my ink pads, I buy a refill so that I've got it. I'm going to put the ink right up next to each other like that, but not try to overlap it and make it muddy. And you can pick whatever colors you want. This way you can make your design your colors. What are some of your favorite colors? Type it in the comments. Tell me what combinations you would use. You could probably use more than 3, but I did not. So that is my stamp pad now. I have used the shimmer paper just because, and again, I'm not sure if I can show you, probably can't see it, but it does shimmer. So I'm going to take my stamp, and this stamp is out of the annual catalog, Butterfly Gala, and these are made, so they're together. They're not cut apart. You could cut them, but I haven't, on that one anyway. There's 4 different ones. There's inlayer. These pieces fit in here, inlay. And there is the punch that goes with it. So another great bundle. And because it's butterflies, and like I say, we're all gearing up for this butterfly scenario, I thought I would use it. So I'm just going to ink my stamp here and hope when I stamp it over here, it gives me that kaleidoscope of colors. Not quite what I'm looking for yet. Looks like it could have, and each time I stamp it, I did have 2 big ones on there, so I am going to try not to do that. Make 2 or 3. And as you saw, I need to know how this folded. Isn't that interesting? I will be re-inking. Again, still not quite as much on the bottom part. So what I'm going to just try it a little bit different here and try not to lift it quite so much. So kind of a neat way to use your re-inkers. If you're like me and buy them, I do quite often have a lot of them left when the ink pads retire, so I try different techniques. One of my favorite, and any of you who have been to our stamping staycation that Lillian and Joanne and I have, you know that I did one with shaving cream and re-inkers. And that, like I say, was, I think, one of my favorites. And I do use it now. Is that going to, let's try that again. And I'll try it over this way this time. Really, really neat. So I need, that's what I need, and you get the idea, I'm sure. So any questions you might have, whatever, just type them in the comments. And I know I saw Bonnie and Karen on there. You demonstrator friends of mine. If there's things you can answer, that's fine, because I don't want to hold everybody up for the rest of this. So I will punch those out. And like I say, because this punch is made to go with this stamp set, you can see how it lines up well, and you just have to be a little bit patient. Look at all the pieces, and you can punch. So you could see if you were making a number of cards like this to just go ahead and do all your stamping and then all your punching and then all your assembly. It doesn't take too long. So those are my butterflies. And you could color them more with blends or markers, however you choose. Now for my card, I have Bermuda Bay card base. And somewhere on my table I do have a bone folder. Then I have my outside layer and inside layer. And I am going to use my grit paper, because what I did to get that strip where I could use the blending brushes is I happen to have some computer paper. I have some temporary adhesive, and because I didn't know how else I was going to be able to blend and not get it on my card base. All I wanted it on was that strip in the center. So this is what I did. So again, those of you on there, have you got some other ideas for me? How else could this be done without a lot of work? I found this temporary adhesive I've had forever, and I'm going to do this. I need my grit paper. So it was 1.5 inches. There's 1 inch. No, I'm second guessing myself. No, it was 1.25 inches. Okay, that's why it didn't look right. Half. 1.25. I'm going to just line that up there. So what I found when I did that one was, after I took this paper off, even with the temporary adhesive, it did leave a bit of the glue on there, but I was able to just rub it and it came off. So then I'm going to bring in my blending brush. We have those. I guess I need my stamp pads, don't I? Sorry guys. I need, what's the last, oh, I knew I needed the ink refills, but forgot I needed these, so lucky they're right there. Blending brushes also are back ordered at the moment, but they will be returning, obviously. They're a very soft bristle, and best thing we've learned is to put your color on and then stamp it off and start off of your where you want it. So that's why my piece is here, and I can gently put my color on. And I be the first to admit that I am not a great one with sponges for coloring, or whoops, don't do that, or the sponge daubers for this kind of thing, but I love how this all comes together. So you can do as little or as much as you want. And again, like I said, I hold it down. Probably didn't have adhesive on that part. To clean the brush, you don't need to wash them. You can just clean it on your paper, your paper towel, and go into the next color. You may want to wash them after a while, but the color does not transfer that way. So do lots of you have these brushes? Have you tried them? I know from listening to other stampers that there have been some out from other companies for quite a while, and they were quite excited when the Stampin' Up came out with these in this mini catalog. And I'm loving them, like I say, just really, really like them. We are so lucky to have such a great company to work for, if you want to call it work. We just, we have a great time with all the products they have. And yes, they might have some back order issues and whatever, but they're always there for us. So there are my 3 colors that I used in my stamping. And I used them for my color strip down the card. Now, I will peel that off. And yes, there's a little bit of adhesive there, but it didn't look like there was much color on there, but there is plenty. And just imagine once we put these on, they're going to pop. So then I have my Stamparatus, and I have placed my words where I want them. I am going to use my Bermuda Bay ink because that is what I've got for the background. And on this one, I will do Hello Beautiful at the bottom. Also like to invite any of you who make cards, and if you're making one similar to this and want to share it, please share it under this video. It would be really nice to see everybody's projects. And also, if you're watching here or on YouTube, obviously one of them you are, I would like to invite you to share and comment and invite you to my VIP page, which doesn't look, I know that's not dark enough, but let's try it this way. I do have a website where I share projects as well. I have a newsletter. I'd love to have you join it. Oh, that worked. Okay, so any questions that you have regarding any of the Stampin' Up! Tools, products, just let me know and I will try to answer them. So now we have our pieces. This is what I will put on the inside. And I am slowly gravitating to using more and more of the liquid glue instead of the tape runner. Stampin' Seal, as we call it now, it used to be snail, because when I put it down, and especially when I'm dealing on camera like this, sometimes it's not quite as straight as I would like it. And with the liquid glue, there is a little bit of wiggle room, wiggle time. I did decide to put this on with the liquid as well, not with dimensionals, mainly because the butterflies are going to give me dimension anyway. So, really not that difficult to put a card together like this. And then when I came to my butterflies, I will run my thumb through there to tip them up a little bit. And I am going to use dimensionals on those. Looks to me like I could have picked a different color of ink there, but anyway, next time. So I have these strips off of the mini dimensionals, and they seem to fit just perfect along the spine of the butterfly. And just place them wherever you think they look good. I opted for 2 of the big ones and 3 of the little ones. The little ones I did use the adhesive and just glued them flat. And then, like I showed you earlier on that one, I had a couple extra because I was really testing after I had such issues. And I did put them on the inside and on the envelope, which I may do, but But I like. So let me know which one you like, the pink or the Bermuda, or both, or none, whatever. And I'm going to share with you now some of the swap cards that I've received, just to give you some ideas of what's available. I have a number of them. So I won't dwell on them very long. The Chick set is another pre-new catalog set happening. So there are dies and stamps available in that one. This one is the Pretty Peony paper that's in the big catalog. This one is the strawberry one, which is the set I showed you in the first place, and it is carrying forward, so beautiful samples. This one's in our mini, which is the Sand and Sea set, and the person has, the other demo has made this with shimmer paint, so I don't know if you can see the shimmer on it. Our dragonflies. This one again would have worked on here to put dragonflies down. Another dragonfly with the white embossing. This one is done with embossing and then sanding the designer paper, which lets the white show through. Very pretty technique. And coloring. If you'll notice in the mini catalog, there are white and red hearts, and this one is a white one that's been colored with our blends. A black and white. Black and white is in the mini as well, and gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And just a great way to, different design, but isn't that really a striking card? This, I believe, was fussy cut, but there's other options for that. A happy birthday card. This is with a die from the triangles and cut with that ombre glimmer paper. Another great choice. This one I understand from Sylvia was using up some of her paper pumpkin kit. So beautiful, beautiful colors. This one again has glimmer paper that we have, and the ribbon and the embossing on glimmer paper. Specialty designer paper. You get what I mean, right? And I think, Karen, that one was yours, right? Yes, thanks, Karen. More with embossing folder paper. You really don't need a lot of tools to make pretty cards. This one was this one and this one were both Sale-A-Bration papers, but this stamp set is available. That's that second set that I said I have the project for sale for. So lots of different ideas out there, as well as everywhere on the internet. So I'm happy to have shared those with you. And foil, Karen says, yes, thank you, Karen. Someday I'll remember all of those pieces. So thank you for joining me. I'd appreciate it if you do share and comment on my videos. Let me know if there's anything you would like me to try for the next time. I do, as some of you know, I try to be on here every Tuesday at 1:30 for about half an hour, just to keep you interested in stamping and creating. So again, till I see you next time, take care.